If you ask my opinion, I would say that take a tourist visa, take a Schengen visa. When you arrive this country, then you apply for this new visa category because it is going to be easier and the processing time may be shorter, because on a normal day-to-day basis, this visa is actually at least 2 months for it to be processed. Because if you apply from your home country, the consular in your home country or the embassy has to send it to this particular country for them to evaluate it before they send results and give. Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel and thank you so much for joining today. If you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Milton Fonkwa. If you are seeing this very face for the very first time, or if you are seeing my face for the first time, please do us one favor. Click the subscribe button below here and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that when we post the next video, you would be the first to watch. As from the title of this video, I know you clicked because you want to know what type of a visa I am talking about. Well, if you must know, there is a new visa in this European country, in this Schengen country, and there are a lot of opportunities associated to this visa. There are a lot of things you need to know about this visa. But before I tell you where the visa is, how you are going to apply for the visa, how the requirements are, you have to understand that there are a lot of things you need to know, which I'm going to start with the very first one, which include, with this visa, you are going to work remotely in this particular country and as well within the European Union. And remember that what I'm trying to say is termed free mobility. The second thing you need to know about this visa is that it is a residence visa, which means that it is not a short stay visa, and therefore you are going to be moving for more than 6 months, or the visa that will be given to you is a more than 6 months visa. That is why I say it is not a short stay visa. I hope you understand. It is a residence visa, which means that you are going to get residency for the duration of the work you are going to do. Now, the other advantage is that you can travel out of the country for 6 months, then you return after 6 months. Then if your visa has expired, or if your documents or probably your residence permit expired, you can still renew it and you can still apply for this particular visa. So that is something you should know. Again, if you ask my opinion, I would say that if you have a chance, use the tourist visa, move to this country, then you apply for this particular visa I'm going to talk about right now. All right, because it is going to limit the time you are going to get your visa, and of course the procedure may be a little simpler. What country am I talking about, or which country are you going to be applying for this visa? You can apply for the visa, this particular visa I'm talking about, in your own home country, and you migrate to this particular European country. The name of the country I'm talking about is Spain, and the name of the visa I am talking about is called the Digital Nomad Visa. And this is the visa you have to rush now and apply for it, all right, so that you can move to Spain. Now, another thing is, immediately your application for the residence visa is deposited or is in progress, even if you had used a tourist visa to move to Spain, to apply for this nomad visa, this digital nomad visa or the nomad visa, all right, you can still renew your residence permit while waiting for your residence visa in Spain. I hope you understand. Now, another thing you need to know about this particular visa is that it is very cheap compared to other visa categories. For example, there are visas, maybe family reunion visas may be more expensive than this, but this particular visa I am talking about is 75 euros. That is something you should know. Very cheap and very affordable. Now, when you come in as a resident, or if you move to Spain or come into Spain as a resident or with a residence visa, you have to understand that your taxes are going to be very low. There are certain things or bills that you are supposed to be paying, but in this case, they are going to cut your own. In case everybody was paying 20% of that amount of money, yours as a resident with a nomad visa or a digital nomad visa, you are going to be paying 15% and below. That is something you should understand. Now, remember that I said this visa is for Spain, which means that you can equally migrate in and out of all the other countries in Europe. Remember, I said it is a digital nomad visa. Now, I understand most of us, we may be asking ourselves, who is a digital nomad or who is a digital nomad visa? Digital nomad or people or digital nomad people are people that travel or who travel on the purpose of working. All right, thus they travel for free while working remotely, all right, from one country to the other using technology and internet. So if you apply for this type of visa and you are to work in Spain, you may be moving remotely. All right, remember your work or your job is just about technology and the internet, and you may be moving from one city to the next, and it depends again on the city you want to live in Spain, maybe in Barcelona or in Madrid. It all depends on you. That is how the visa is and some of the advantages you are going to encounter. Now, if you ask me again, I would say that students who have been failing to get a student visa to Spain could equally try this type of visa or this digital nomad visa. But remember, you must have experiences. There is nothing in this life that you are not going to use experiences. And for you to book an appointment to apply for this visa, it is done strictly via email. All right, so you can check the Spanish Embassy website or relevant website to know what you are going to be doing in the days ahead. Remember, there is a procedure on how to apply, and remember, there is a eligibility on who is going to be selected or applied for, and remember, there are documents for you to use and apply. And I will be moving forward with the video, and I will end with the documentation that you need in order to apply for this digital nomad visa. Now, how do you apply for this visa? Unlike other visa applications, there is an application form that you have to fill the form and of course submit. So to apply for this digital nomad visa, you have to fill an application form. All right, then you submit this form. Remember, after you fill the application form, upon submission of the form, you have to pay the application fee, which is how much? 75 euros. I think it should be 75 euros. All right, then you take the receipt alongside with you to the consulate or embassy or wheresoever you are going with the documents. Then equally remember, you have to take a medical insurance or a travel insurance. There are a lot of insurance companies you can pay for an insurance in, like AXA Insurance. You equally have Swiss Care. You can pay online, or you can check the website that I will put in the video description box to see how you are going to pay for your insurance for this digital nomad visa. Remember, if you are applying for a 6 months visa, you have to get an insurance for 6 months. If you are applying for 1 year, you have to get for 1 year. So it all depends on how the procedure is. Remember that you equally need proof of income. How are you getting your money? Will you be able to take care of yourself when you arrive Spain? But again, your bank statements are going to work or help in this case. So you can submit your bank statement, or remember, you are the one who is moving and you are the one who is claiming that you want to move using the nomad visa. So you may not be able to submit someone's bank statement. It will make a lot of sense if you use your own bank statement to submit for these visa applications. Now, remember, you are also submitting the documents provided online, all right, or providing your online activity. If you have been working online, remember this job is for remote workers who have been working online, all right? So you need to show that you have something you are doing online that you can be moving remotely. And for you to apply, sometimes you may need documents. If you work for your own company, you need a document to prove that you have been working for your company for the past 3 months. But if you are applying for this visa, you should be able to document, let me say, working experience for at least 1 year. That is what you should know about this visa application. Now, let's take a look at eligibility criteria to see who can apply for this particular visa. All non-EU students or candidates, all right, who are self-employed or working for Spanish companies can apply. That is to say, if you are self-employed, you can apply for this visa in your home country or where you are working, all right, but remember, proof of working experience is very important. But if you are already in Spain, the Spanish company you are working with can equally grant you access, or if you want to go and work in Spain, they can do it for you. Remember that those who are earning 2,000 to 3,000 every month can apply from Spain. If you are in Spain, because it is not allowed that you apply from Spain, but if you are in Spain and you are earning at least 2,000 to 3,000 euros per month, you can apply from Spain. All right, there is no limitation, but most people that will be given an upper hand to get this visa are mostly international students, so you have to pay attention to this. Now remember, no criminal record of the application in the past 5 years. As an applicant who is applying for the digital nomad visa, you shouldn't have any wrong record in the last 5 years. All right, because if you show them that you have a criminal record, that is going to be very disadvantageous for you. Please put this into consideration. And again, you need proof of accommodation. Without accommodation document, you cannot apply for the visa. And now, where are you going to be staying? Are you going to Madrid? Are you going to Valencia? Are you going to Malaga or Barcelona? So it all depends on you for where you are going to be choosing your accommodation for. All right, or in. I hope you get it. Then the insurance, I already talked about that. Then bank statement is also very important, because if you do not show that you have a bank statement, it will be difficult for you. How do you intend to take care of yourself? These questions were sent to me few days about the issue of funds and the bank statement, and I think I will elaborate more about the bank statement in another video. If you are using a Schengen visa, you need probably maybe 3,000, 4,500 to 5,000 euros. All right, which in case you are moving as a student. This amount is for a student. A Schengen visa is not much. Maybe if you are applying for a Schengen visa, you just need maybe 2.5 million, 3 million naira. All right, so if you're applying for this visa, you don't need too much money. And equally, if you are applying for the student visa, you need a lot of money. So you need to calculate which one is preferable, because the student visa pathway is more heavy since you are going to be studying, but with this you are working. I hope you get it. So this is something you need to know. Spanish language is not very necessary. You do not need the Spanish language. All right, and know that if you are working remotely for 1 year or less than 1 year, your current company needs to be at least 3 months. I already explained this to you before, so nobody should ask again. You do not need the Spanish language, like I told you already. All you need to do is to show that you have the documents. Now, what are the documents you are going to be supplying if you want to apply for the digital nomad visa? The first one is your international passport. Remember, it must be valid for at least 1.5 years or 1 year minimum. All right, so that you can struggle and get another one. But again, you are not going to be missing too much, because there is a lot of information to read on the website that I will put on the video description box. Now, you equally need an application form, which you are going to get online. Probably the Spanish embassy will add it. Then you need passport size photograph. These are photographs half pictures like this. Passport size photograph are half pictures. I think the square picture, which is half, so very small, you know it. You need that as well. You need a criminal record. Criminal record now is the record that you are going to show to the immigration officials that you do not have any criminal issues. All right, then you talk of insurance. I already explained to you how you are going about the insurance, or how you are going to go about the insurance. Employment proof, of course. If you are working, you are going to supply